Welcome back to our channel. Today we bring you the surprises and drama of the young and the restless. Under the hazy atmosphere of the Genoa city afternoon, Kyle Abbott drove on the deserted road, his mind still filled with tired thoughts after a long day of work at Newman Enterprises. He was a tireless worker, always believing in his integrity and ability, but no one expected that fate would arrange an unimaginable turn for him. As Kyle's car was drifting through familiar streets, the siren sounded, signaling an unexpected intervention from the law. The green light, the fluorescent lights flashed, making everything confusing, and to Kyle's shock, the police team appeared with solemn faces. They announced that Kyle was being held on charges of financial fraud and embezzlement, charges he had never considered weighing on his account. In the first moments, as news of the arrest spread, the family's reaction became vivid and emotional. Diane, the loving but tough mother, suddenly screamed in horror as she watched the police handcuff her son. The scream not only echoed in the room, but also served as an alarm to the entire family of the impending tragedy. Meanwhile, Jack, who had always been known for his cold demeanor, but deep inside was a tormented soul, stood there, his eyes frozen in confusion and helplessness. The emptiness in Jack's heart was palpable as he knew that these events not only threatened his family's honor but could also shatter the power structure that had been built over decades. But it was the hard evidence that made things more complicated. Experts examining Kyle's bank accounts discovered that millions of dollars had been siphoned from a secret Jabot fund, a fund that was supposed to be managed discreetly, where shady transactions were reserved for top-secret transactions. The huge sums created a confusing picture, as investigators faced with not-so-simple unknowns. Was this the work of a secret mastermind trying to bring Kyle down? Or was Kyle really the mastermind behind a series of sophisticated financial frauds? The answer seemed to be lost in the shadows of rumors. One name that came to mind for those in the business world was Victor Newman, a powerful figure whose talent and cunning had become legendary in the business world. Victor, with his ability to manipulate and control every situation, does not hesitate to use any means to consolidate his power. In every move he makes, he skillfully creates unpredictable situations, where potential threats to his position become easy victims to exploit. Is this Victor Newman's way of trying to sever the increasingly tight bond between Kyle and the Newman family? Or is this just part of a ruthless power game, where every move is meticulously calculated? Inside the Newman family home, the atmosphere becomes more stifling than ever. Diane is not only heartbroken by the sight of her son being arrested, but also by the betrayal from those she once trusted. The image of her son handcuffed, imprisoned by those she once felt secure with, has now become a symbol of an unforgivable failure. Jack, despite his cool exterior, is struggling with dark memories and secrets that can only be revealed in moments of weakness. His silence is not an agreement, but the whisper of someone who knows that in this world, trust and loyalty are only as fragile as ambition and power. While the authorities quickly launch an internal investigation, independent financial experts are also called in to analyze the source of the huge amount of money withdrawn. Secret bank transactions, shady business contracts, all gradually reveal pieces of a complex picture, where money, power and greed intertwine to create an unpredictable story. Some analysts believe that the withdrawal of money from the Jabot fund was not simply an act of fraud but also a diversionary tactic to cover up deeper illegal business activities. Closed-door meetings, secret exchanges between key figures, all are important clues that the investigation needs to decipher. Meanwhile, online forums, coffee shops, and even the high-level desks of financial firms are buzzing with talk about the scandal. Everyone has their own perspective, each expressing concern and suspicion about the true motives of those behind the incident. Was Kyle simply a victim drawn into a vortex of complex financial transactions? Or was he actually part of an elaborate scheme to manipulate the markets and overthrow the rulers? These questions are increasingly being weighed as the evidence gradually comes to light, forcing members of the Newman family to confront the secrets they have tried to keep hidden for years. To better understand this plot, it is impossible not to mention Kyle's past, a past that has traces of wrong decisions, but also has many shining moments of effort and desire to rise. Kyle was once a loyal employee who shouldered many responsibilities in managing the complex financial transactions of Newman Enterprises. However, in a world where greed and ambition always go hand in hand with power, even honest people can be caught up in the vortex of unpredictable decisions. There were times when Kyle had to face internal conflicts, when between respect for his family business and the desire to assert himself. He was forced to choose between moral values and the pressure of success. And now, when accused of crimes he never thought of, Kyle has become a symbol of a person caught up in a storm of betrayal and deception. In a private interview with close associates, Kyle admitted that there were transactions that he could not remember in detail, and that questions were always lingering about the origin of the huge sums of money withdrawn from the secret fund. That answer further raised doubts about Kyle's ability to be manipulated, whether he was really the mastermind, or just a pawn in a power game that his former boss, Victor, had arranged long ago. Victor Newman, with his calm demeanor and unparalleled confidence, seemed to show no signs of being nervous about the scandal news. In private meetings with strategic partners, he maintained the image of an excellent businessman, always with sharp words and precise decisions in every step. However, those in the industry knew that, behind that appearance, there was always a scheming and ruthless mind. He did not hesitate to use sophisticated tricks to protect his empire, even if it meant sacrificing those who had devoted themselves to his family. In the context of the current case, it is possible that Victor took advantage of Kyle's weaknesses to orchestrate a plot to strengthen his position and eliminate potential threats within the business. The matter became more complicated when the connections between financial transactions, Jabot's shady business contracts and secret meetings between key figures were gradually revealed. Each piece of the story is like a piece of the overall picture, but there are still hidden gaps. The investigations do not stop at verifying the origin of the huge sum of money, but also expand to the secret relationships between powerful businessmen who were once partners, but can now become enemies in the battle for power. While some evidence points to Kyle's financial mismanagement, many believe that the whole affair may be an elaborate trap to cover up the illegal activities of the leaders. In addition, the impact of the scandal has also spread strongly to the personal lives of the characters. Diane, in the role of mother, not only has to face the pain of loss but also the heartbreak of witnessing the collapse of the family values she has nurtured. Family meals and intimate conversations are now silent, heavy with thoughts and worries about the future. Jack, although always maintaining a cold exterior, inside he is a broken soul, full of painful memories and a feeling of helplessness before the cruelty of fate. Long nights, when the whole family is immersed in silence, only the ticking of the clock reminds us of the time that never returns, of the decisions that have determined the fate of an entire family and business empire. In this tense atmosphere, the urgent meetings between the core members of the Newman family become even more complicated. Each person wonders where they stand in this power game, whether they can stand firm against the storm of betrayal and deception. Some members, with their own arguments, believe that the investigation should be expanded to the entire system, while others fear that if the truth is exposed, not only the family's reputation but also the entire business empire could collapse in an instant. These endless debates only add to the tension and confusion, as each decision can lead to unforeseen consequences. Overall, Kyle's case is not only a personal tragedy but also a clear manifestation of a society in which power, money and greed are always intertwined, creating a multi-dimensional picture, so complex that it is difficult to decipher. The secrets behind banking transactions, shady business deals and even relationships with hidden agendas are the clues that financial experts and investigators are trying to exploit. And in the middle of all these pieces, Kyle Abbott, whether he is a villain or just a victim of a sophisticated conspiracy, is always the central character, the one whose fate can change the entire situation of the Newman family. Finally, the story opens a new dramatic chapter in the universe of the Young and the Restless. A chapter in which pieces of the past, present and future are intertwined, creating a vivid picture of the constant struggle for trust, honor and power. In the world of the Newman family, where every decision can change the future, one thing is certain: the truth always exists, even if it is hidden behind layers of lies and intrigue. And only those brave enough to face reality can find a way out, towards a brighter tomorrow, even if the path to it is thorny and full of challenges. Amidst a storm of accusations, rumors and betrayals, Kyle Abbott stands on the threshold of a decision that will determine both his career and his life. Will he dare to speak up, dare to confront the mastermind behind the curtain of secrecy, Victor, or will he continue to be caught in a spiral of deception and injustice? As the light of justice slowly emerges from the thick fog of intrigue, only time will tell. Can the Newman family regain their lost faith, or will they be forever drowned in the torrent of power and greed? The story continues, unfolding like a detective novel full of unexpected twists. where each page reveals a new mystery, each whisper carries hope and unspoken pain. And in the heart of Genoa City, amid the dim lights of the sleepless city, the battle for justice and honor continues, promising a dramatic ending for those who have, are, and will pay the price for their decisions.